That's what he do, man.
They collude the type of nigga that have a PDR. Wait for him to take it retreat year by year. Like,
Hey,
they worry about the PDR.
Hey, that's all
That's all those groups that ain't right, man. That go for Dayton. That go for General Young. They all about staying in America and bettering the black community. They fuck the black community, man. Most High just need to destroy this place. That's the mind state you supposed to be in, man. They tell you that what's that, 2 Peter 3? Peter said, seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what type of person are ye to be, man?
Yeah, hastening the day.
You're supposed to be hastening the day and being all about this word, man. Ain't supposed to be setting up no soup kitchen for the poor, man.
2 Peter 3:11.
They learn that shit for the white man, man. They learn that shit from the white man, and they know Jacob cling to that shit, and it's all about numbers.
Yeah.
It's all about numbers with them. It ain't all about teaching the truth and gathering the neck, so you can get up out this place and get far more greater things than you can never imagine. You see? So it's all when you look at it and you go to the foundation of it, it's all about standing this shit home, man, and bowing and continue to bow down to Esau and let Esau bitch ass be over you, man. Tell you what you can and can't do, man. Fuck that shit, man. That's why they don't teach you the history, man. That's why you don't learn the true history, man. Because once you learn the true history and know how your people was as a nation of people, separate from the so-called white man, then you're gonna want to get away from them. And that's what the white man don't want you to do. Separate yourself from him. He don't want that shit. He wants you to depend on him.
He wants you, and it also makes you mad as a motherfucker, man. Yeah. Learning your true history.
Yup.
Says 2 Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? It says, looking forward and hasten unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless,
So basically, what's coming, and America will be destroyed. Your mindset should be on these scriptures, not on what kind of whip you can be pushing. Because it's gonna all be destroyed anyway. So you might as well put your mind there. If you given this knowledge, keep your mind on these scriptures.
it says, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Keep going. It says, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless.
Like the brother was saying, man, when everything kicks off, when it all goes down, we want to be remembered and found worthy of deliverance, not worthy of destruction.
Keep going. An account that the long suffering of our Lord Yahweh Shai is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him, have written unto you. Keep going. It says, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also in other scriptures unto their own destruction. 16.
Read it. Well, you read that again.
Okay, it says, as also in all his epistles speaking in them of the things which are some things hard to be understood.
That's why they can't get to Gentiles, man. That's why when you go into Paul's writings, they can't get to Gentiles if it's not given to them, man. You know, they wrestle with that. They think the white man can be saved. Every time they hear the word Gentile, they think it's strictly talking about a so-called white man, man. It's a stumbling block, like the brother said, man. It's a stumbling block. Then you got simple ass nigga say, well, we don't believe in the Paulinian doctrine. You're fucking out your goddamn mind. Paul got his wisdom from Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh Shai laid it on him to prove the Most High, man. They tell you that in the Galatians, the first chapter. Then Paul, get it. Galatians, the 1st chapter.
They say the Hebrew doctrine. They speak anything about Paul or the Pauline doctrine. So basically, they try to abstract stuff from the whole doctrine and try to say and make it their own like doctrine. It's really not. It's all the same doctrine. What it teaches.
Galatians 1:11. But I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after man.
See, that's Paul telling you right there. He telling them Galatians, them hard-headed Galatians, right there, which were Israelite. You know, read that again.
It says, but I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after man. For I neither received it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
That's plain, man.
2 Peter 3:16, as also in all his epistles, speaking of them, these things, of which are some things hard to be understood.
So if Yahweh Shai not with you, Paul's writing is going to be a stumbling block, because that's wisdom, man. Some of them, see what you don't understand is, some of Paul's writings, some of them straightforward, and some of them like parables. You see? Now, if Yahweh Shai not with you, then you're not going to see it, man. And you're going to wrestle with it. And that's to your destruction. Go ahead.
It says, which they that are unlearned and unstable wrestle as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction.
That's plain, man. You can't get around it. You can't get around it, man. So when you come up here and say the Gentiles are Edomites, which you got two different kinds of Gentiles. You got Gentiles, which are Israelites who take on the customs of the other nations. And then when you go into the history, when you read about the Hasmonean Empire or the Maccabees Empire, you know, it tells you that Jake became Hellenized, you know, or became Hellen, you know. So that's a Gentile. Then you got a natural Gentile, which is an African, which is a East Indian, which is a so-called white man. You know, the other nation.
And it makes it all clear if the Most High is with you to understand, like the brother just said, going back to during the time of the priests, Jake was Hellenized back then. So it'll be all clear Paul's writings. Why the Most High set Paul up to speak those different languages and to go and teach the so-called Gentiles, which is the Israelite forms.
Ephesians chapter 3. Start at the top. The edify what was said.
All the things Maccabees is part of the civilization, like the brother was saying. And then you got to fast forward all the way up. See how many years later for Paul to come and speak about those Israelite forms. See, the natural nigga, these carnal, the spirit not dealing with niggas like these other Israelites. They don't put themselves, when they read the Bible, they don't put themselves back then. You know what I'm saying? They don't, if the spirit ain't dealing with them, for them to put themselves in their mind back during those times, man. You can apply it all to today too, Jake, Hellenizing in America, man.
Yep.
It's Ephesians 3:3. How that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery, as I wrote afore in few words, whereby when you read you may understand my knowledge in mystery of Mashiach, which in other ages was not known, made known unto the sons of men.
To the sons of men. Okay, go ahead.
As it is now revealed unto his holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit.
What was the mystery about the Gentiles, man? Start up, read that over again, start the first verse.
This is Ephesians 3:1. For this cause I, Paul, the prisoner of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, for the Gentiles.
What?
For the Gentiles.
Go ahead. Those are Israelites. Go ahead.
If ye have heard of the dispensation,
like the brother said, ethnos. Go ahead.
Of the grace of the Most High, which is given me to youward. how that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery, as I wrote afore in few words. It says, whereby, when ye read, ye may understand my knowledge of the mystery of a Mashiach, which in other ages was not made known unto the sons of men, as it is now revealed unto his holy apostles, prophets, by the Spirit.
Give me Amos 2:11. And it's made by the Spirit, man. By the Spirit of who? The Most High and His Son. You know? So that's why we got the understanding of who the Gentiles are. You know? To edify what, you know, who the prophets are. To edify.
Amos chapter 2, verse 11, it says, and I raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites.
The Nazarites go to Numbers chapter 6. The Numbers chapter 6. So those are only Israelites. Go ahead.
Is it not even thus, O ye children of Israel?
That's plain. So you know who the prophets is. That's plain.
Yep. That's cold cut right there. It ain't talking about baloney.
No, it didn't say Esau. It didn't say them Africans over there. It didn't say them East Indians. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say that's how you know that Muhammad wasn't a prophet.
Great prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, that's how you know Muhammad wasn't no prophet. What you think? You think the Most High gonna send you a man to him that eat camel meat? What's wrong with you? That's an abomination. Eating camel meat. Camel real, man. You know? And then the funny part about that, you people made Jake into that madness, man. They don't even know that them Arabs was building the ships, man. They don't even know that we was warring against them Arabs right before we fell in 1453 during the Byzantine Empire. One time we was fighting against them Arabs. Jake come out in them ships and had like when you read about the Byzantine Empire, Jake come out with them ships warring against them Arabs, and Jake had a flamethrower on the boat and was shooting flames at the Arab, and they ain't even know what it was. They ain't know what it was. They didn't understand that. But that's the technology, and Jake was ahead of his time, man.
Yeah, they the
form of all things, man. You see?
They also show you that in the show where the boy did. Yeah. Where got told to try to get the French to fight against others. They came up with an implement war to deal with a fireball thing at the enemy. When you know that was Jake, he said, right, that was the time period right when the Edomite started coming back to power. Right. Just like they took on just like they took the royal seats, so to speak, the royal seats of the king and queen, of those men, they took on everything we came up with during those times. They put their face on it.
Yeah, and then doing like this book, 1453 by Roger Crawley, it tell you in that book about how Jake was using the flamethrower that was set on top of a boat and was shooting it at them Arabs. Showing you in this book that we were warring against them Arabs right before we fell. And the Ottoman Turks, which go back to Osman, which was those Edomites who converted to Islam. You know, and then on top of that, our people came up with that Quran to control them, try to control them Arabs and get back that land of Israel. You had Warwick, you had Khadijah, and you had St. Augustine that was in Algeria. But St. Augustine had died off. Night Temple.
They show you that they
Crusade.
That
was part of the Crusade.
They show you that we won against the Arabs.
Yeah.
They show you. They didn't show Jake. They showed white, so-called whites as being what Jake was supposed to be.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And then you got that movie coming out with Dracula, supposed to be Vlad Tepes.
Yeah.
You know he was warring with the Ottoman Turks. The Edomite Islam.
Yeah.
That new one, Dracula Untold. Right, yeah. Cause I seen the preview. Yep.
Yeah, and that, like we were saying, that when you go into that book, you find out that the Ottoman Turk go back to Osman, which was which was them Khazars, them Amalekites. He was one of them tribes from the Bogars. When you go into the history. So that was them fake Jews, so you can understand them Amalekites. Some of them converted to Islam and was warring with us. Them and them Arabs was warring against us during the Byzantine Empire, during the Dark Ages, because the word Byzantine means Babylon, and it didn't come into play until like the 1800s. That word Byzantine, it was called it was called the Dark Age, what Esau called it, and it was called the Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah, the Holy Roman. Right, because Jake don't understand that we came up with the Roman Catholic Church, so-called black man.
Yeah, Constantine.
First pope was a black man.
God, in the night, what is it?
Wicked as hell.
Nicene Council. Yeah, and all they was doing was getting together and talking about different doctrines. That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all they were doing, talking about different doctrines, man.
Yep. Nice round table, those are all it takes. That's why they came up with the Roman Catholic Church. Because like the brother said, they all came together with different doctrines to see whether if the scrolls or the Bible was true. That's what it was all about, man. That's why you had those different religions. Jake was hella wicked, man. Jake been wicked for the longest. And both sides get ready to bring judgment on us.
Yeah, you had our people warring against each other. You know, like they do today, the same stuff. Yeah, the Saxons.
Medieval time period, you had all these different kings and stuff with warnings to get each other for land and stuff and control.
Yeah, and that go a picture of Constantine. You know,
yeah, it's clear he's a black man. That's clear, right there.
You can't get around it, man.
Curly hair, beard.
You can't get around it, man. White people have curly hair. You know, but they're just for edification, so you can see.
Septimius Severus, Marcus Aurelius, Lucius Verus, black dude.
Yes,
That's all in there, man. That's all in there. But that Septimius Severus in 193 AD, you know, he had what is it? He had a lot of military behind him.
Yeah, they was a favorite.
Yeah, that was your favorite.
He was favored by the military.
Yeah.
Like the gladiator.
Right.
But that dude, who was named Maximus, he didn't actually exist, but Marcus Aurelius did, and his son and his daughter existed.
Yeah.
You know?
And that was doing when the Romans was losing their empire because they were warring against the Germanians. You know, but all them people like Theodorus the Great, he was an Ostrogoth. You had the Vandals, you had the Burgundies, you had the Saxons, you had the Franks. All those, just like he was saying, the Bloods of the Crips. That's how Jake was naming themselves, putting titles on themselves. But they was all one people when you go into the history. Now I got the book, that same book that we held up. They got the name of the kings in there, the Frank kings in there. You know, and the Ostrogoths and the Visigoths. They got the German, they got the names of the kings in there, and they was all Jakes. Before the white man took them names and put it on himself. So that's how he do it. You know? Yeah, they married their way up in there. Yep. Married their way up in there. And then they're like King James. They'll say King James was a homosexual. But that was started by a guy named Anthony Weldon, which was a so-called white man. And that was started 25 years after King James was gone. And then King James was a so-called black man. You know? We got pictures of them, man, so you can't get around it. That type of history right there, they don't want to let you see. You know? Only certain people gonna see those. Only by the men out here bringing it out. You know? The men of the Lord out here bringing it out. Only certain people gonna see that. You know, not everybody gonna see that because you don't have our people rebellion. It's stiff neck not to take heed to what we got, man. Showing them who they are as a nation of people, man. They not gonna take heed. They gonna keep on riding in their cars and watch.
It's Proverbs 6:16. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed the innocent.
That scripture right there shows you plain and clear that the Heavenly Father hates the white man. Because we talking about the things the Lord hates. Hands that shed innocent blood, a proud look. What else?
Lying tongue.
A lying tongue. That's the MO of the white man. You can't get around it, man. That's his whole rap sheet. He shed innocent blood on the children of Israel. He lied throughout all history. And he's proud.
And then you shed innocent blood on the nation of Israel with your the native sign. So we can get to that. So we're gonna show all the works of the devil.
Okay. It says a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood.
You see? Well, you know, just like the brother was saying, man. Just like he was saying, man. Even on the native, man, he gotta pay for all that, man.
Yeah, look at that there. That had to be the blankets he put on the Gadites, man, with the smallpox in it. And look at that, man. That ain't no comfortable. That's not comfortable. Look at the children, man. And like we read earlier in Psalms 50, he did all this to our people, and the Most High ain't did nothing to him yet. So he think that the Most High is with him. The Most High is not with him, man. The Most High is not with this devil, man. And seeing shit like this, it makes me mad, man. It made me furious to see this, man. And our people still think that the white man is God, man.
You know, giving our back alligator, man.
Only a demon would do that, man. That actually happened. That actually happened.
And then that devil, you see the word Negro right there on that to be sold. That right there supposed to be Hebrew. They changed that. That word right there supposed to be Hebrew. They changed that. They put Negroes on it. So that devil knew, man. That devil knew.
Verse 18.
That devil knew exactly who he was putting hell on, man. He knew exactly who he was putting hell on.
It says a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that devises wicked imagination.
That's the mindset of the devil. Give me that, what's that name? Michael. Shall sit upon his bed. Michael 2. That's the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. His heart is constantly devising wickedness to further enslave our people. And he didn't master it, man. He didn't master it because when this chip is finally brought out to the public and it's mandatory, watch how many our people line up to get that chip. Our people gonna line up for this, man. They gonna line up for the mark of the beast because they don't have no knowledge and wisdom of what it is, man. Because they've been trusting the white man so damn long that they think the white man is their friend. The white man has been, first he stole your identity, he put you in slavery, stole your identity, then he cut you loose like a dog, cut you loose and just let you go, and he put all these avenues for you to be away from the Most High out there for you, man. So he ain't gotta have chains on you no more. He got your mind. He got you in mental slavery, and that's why majority of our people, they gonna line up for this chip, man. Especially women with a bunch of children that don't know no better, that ain't got no real man in that house. They're gonna line up right and get that chip so they can feed them children, man.
2 Corinthians 2:11.
We had a video that came out, one of the brothers bring out like last week, how people already lined up for shit. The hospital because you got people that have medical problems like elderly or health affliction. They're trying to use that as a property to get people to take the shit, so they don't have to worry about this medication or I ain't got no how to get medication on me. So they think people already lined up right now.
That's right, and that all ties into the Affordable Care Act, which is Obamacare. Same damn thing. It all ties. You ain't got no health insurance, and you need health. You need beast. You go to the white man, he gonna put one of them in you. And he ain't gonna tell you that it's the mark of the beast. He gonna say, well, this is where the whole country is going eventually, this is gonna be the new way of living. You know, this is gonna be it in the next, so however many, whatever, man. And Jake, he gonna package it real nice for our people to say, hell, hey, well, if that's what it's gonna be, that's what it's gonna be. And that's where they're gonna be destroyed.
Put it in movies, put it in rap songs.
Celebrities. The brothers about to tell Carmelo and Anthony that we partnered up with a technology company